Hello and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something very exciting. Well, maybe not that exciting. I went back to the gym. Yes, the gym. And no, I'm not suddenly becoming a fitness influencer. No six-pack, no 2-hour workouts, no dramatic before and after photos. I just went to the gym 3 times this week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And you know what? For me, that feels like a little victory. I used to go to the gym regularly before, but I stopped because my ankle was hurting. And when something started hurting, as we get older, sometimes our first thought is, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. Have you ever felt like that? Maybe your knee hurts. Maybe your back hurts. Maybe you get tired more easily than before. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start doing less. I think that happened to me a little. Then I started exercise physiotherapy. One day, my physiotherapist watched me exercise and said, "You are really doing very well. Why don't you try going back to the gym?" And then I thought, really? Me? Because sometimes our mind decided that we are getting weaker before our body actually does. That surprised me. Then on Wednesday, something happened at work. I had to briefly push an adult client in a wheelchair a couple of times. Afterward, I felt a strange numb and tingling feeling in my left leg. And suddenly, I started thinking about strengths. Not bodybuilding strengths, not Instagram strengths. Everyday life strengths. The kind of strengths we need to get out of a chair. Carry groceries, climb stairs, walk without losing balance, get up from the floor, and simply keep living independently. When we are young, we don't think about these things very much. We just move, we carry things, we run, we bend down, we get up, and somehow our body manages. But after 50, I think the conversation changes. Exercise is not only about looking good anymore, it becomes more about protecting the life we already have. And that really changed the way I looked at the gym. So after work on Wednesday, I went. Nothing dramatic happened. I didn't lift a giant weight. Nobody applauded. There was no movie soundtrack playing behind me. I just did some simple exercises. 10 repetitions, rest. Another set, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Very glamorous, right? But afterward, I actually felt better. And I thought, maybe this is enough. Maybe I don't need to exercise perfectly. Maybe I just need to keep showing up. I think many of us have this idea that if we cannot do something properly, we shouldn't do it at all. If you can't exercise for 1 hour, why bother? If we cannot lose 10 kilos, why start? If we cannot become really good at something, why try? But I'm starting to think differently. 10 minutes count, 20 minutes count, 1 walk counts, 1 gym visit counts, and starting again definitely counts. Getting older doesn't necessarily mean doing less and less. Maybe it means becoming a little wiser about what our body needs. More rest when we need rest, more movements when we need movement, and more strength so we can keep doing the things we love. I'm still not a gym lover. Let's not get carried away. But I'm learning to appreciate what exercise can give me. Not a perfect body, a stronger body, a body that can support me. So this week, I'm celebrating 3 little gym visits. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Nothing impressive, but I went. And maybe there is just something you've been thinking about starting again too. Exercise, walking, painting, studying, learning English, anything. Maybe you don't need to start big. Maybe you just need to start small. Because sometimes the hardest part isn't the exercise. It's walking through the door again and starting. So here's to starting again. At 20, at 40, at 50, at 70. Whenever you are ready.